to my channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about the admittance parameter or Y parameter of the two-port network. Okay, so in the previous video, we discussed the Z parameters of the two-port network. So how to calculate the Z parameter, Z11, 12, 21 and 22 of the given network. We solved two problems. Okay, so similar to that, in order to analyze the two-port network, we are going to use the second parameter method. It is called as a Y parameter. Okay, so Y means admittance. So this Y parameter, it is otherwise called as a short circuited the admittance parameter. So you know the Z parameter, the other name is called as open circuited impedance parameter. Okay, so why it is called as a open circuited means while calculating Z11, 12, 21 and 22, either we have to open circuit the input terminal or output terminal. Okay, that's why the Z parameter is otherwise called as open circuited parameter. Similarly, the Y parameter, it is called as a short circuit admittance parameter. Since while calculating this four parameter Y11, Y12, Y21, Y22, either we have to short circuit the input port or output port. Okay, so that's why the name is called as a short circuit admittance parameter. Okay, then in this the Y parameters are obtained by expressing the input port current and output port current in terms of input voltage and output voltage. Okay, so here you see the input current I1 and I2 we can express as a function of V1 and V2. But in Z parameter, the input voltage, output voltage can be expressed as a function of input current and output current. But in Y parameter, the input current and output current can be expressed as a function of f of v1 comma v2. Okay, so here the v1 and v2 we have to take it as an independent variable, that is known value, and i1 i2 as a dependent variable. Okay, so just opposite to that of the Z parameter. In Z parameter, i1 and i2 is a independent variable, v1 and v2 is a dependent variable. But here in Y parameter, V1 and V2 we are taking as a independent variable, I1 and I2 as a dependent variable. So dependent means the value of I1 is calculated using the input voltage and output voltage. Okay, the input port, that is voltage measured in input port and output port. Okay, so this is the thing. Then we can write the full form of the Y parameter equation as, so you see the first input current I1 can be written as Y11 into V1 plus Y12 into V2. Similarly, the second port current I2 is calculated by Y21 into V1 plus Y22 into V2. So these two equations are called as Y parameter equation or admittance parameter equation. Okay, so in this Y11, Y12, Y21 and Y22. Okay, so these four values are call it as a admittance parameters. Okay, and we can write this equation format in this matrix form. Okay, so we can convert this two equation into matrix form. So you know this variable I1 and I2 equal to the coefficient y11, y12, y21, y22 into v1, v2. Okay, so in this 2 by 2 matrix, this is called as a Y matrix. Okay, so sometime the question they may ask find the Y matrix of the given network means, so we have to calculate this four parameter value and we have to write it in this matrix structure, means this is said to be the Y parameter matrix. Okay, Y matrix. And in order to find out, okay, so how to calculate this four parameter y11, y12, y21 and y22 means, so in this case this four parameter is calculated by either we have to make input port short circuited or output port short circuited. Okay, since you see the equation, so in order to find out this y1 and y21, we have to make this v2 as a 0. Okay, so if you are making V2, what is mean by V2? The voltage in output port. Okay, so voltage in output port we are making as a 0 means the output port it should be short circuited. So already you know in short circuited thing only the voltage is 0. Okay, current is maximum. So we have to short circuit the output port. At the time we have to find out Y11 and Y21. Okay, similarly if you are making V10, that is input port short circuited, at the time we have to find out Y12 and Y22. Okay, So you see the equation. So first thing, okay, so in the first one we are making V20. Okay, so that is V20 means the port 2 is short circuited. Okay, so let V20, that means port 2 is short circuited. So if port 2 is short circuited means, so substitute this V2 equal to 0 in equation number 1. Which one is equation number 1? This is. So if you are making V20 means this second term, it is 0. So we can get I1 equal to Y11 into V1. Okay. So from that, so you see I1 equal to Y11 into V1. So from that Y11 equal to I1 divided by V1. Okay. So what is this ratio? I1 divided by V. So you know the ratio of current by voltage, it is said to be the admittance. Okay. Voltage by current is a impedance. The ratio of current by voltage, it is called as a admittance. Okay. So you see what is the numerator I1. I1 is the input current. V1 is the input voltage. So the ratio of input current divided by input voltage, we are calling it as a input admittance. Okay, so this Y11 is called as a short circuit driving point input impedance. Okay, so the unit for the admittance is mho. Okay, so ohm means you just write this one. Mho means the you just in reverse you just write this is the mho. Okay, so the admittance Y11 the unit is mho. Okay, similarly you just substitute V2 equal to 0 in equation number 2. So in equation number 2, if you are substituting V2 0, this second term tends to be 0. So we can get I2 equal to Y21 V1. So from that, Y21 equal to I2 divided by V1. Okay. So you see the second parameter Y21 equal to I2 by V1. I2 is a output port current. V1 is a input voltage. So the ratio of output current divided by the input voltage, it is called as a short circuit forward transfer admittance. Okay, so output by input means we are calling it as a forward transfer admittance. Okay, similarly, in order to find out the remaining two variable y12 and y22, we have to make a v10. Okay, so what is v10? We have to short circuit the first port. Okay, so short circuiting the first port. So if you are making the V10 means, so in our equation, so if V10 means in both the equation, this first term 0 as well as this first term 0. So the first equation is reduced to I1 equal to Y12 into V2. So from that Y12 equal to I1 by V2. Similarly, from the second equation, Y22 equal to I2 by V2. Okay. So if you are making the V1 equal to 0, so you see we can get the third parameter Y12. It is nothing but it's a ratio of I1 divided by V2. So the input current divided by output voltage. So this is said to be the short circuit reverse transfer admittance. Okay, similarly, from the second equation, the Y22 equal to I2 by V2. So the ratio of output current divided by the output voltage under the input voltage equal to 0. This is called as a short circuit output admittance. Okay. So in this manner, we have to calculate the four admittance parameter. Okay, Y11, Y12, Y21 and Y22. Okay, so this four parameters are called as short circuit admittance parameter. Y means in order to calculate, okay, while calculating this parameter, either we are making the input port short circuited or output port short circuited. So that's why the Y parameter it is called as a short circuit parameter. Okay. And the next one, this is the equivalent network of the two-port network in terms of the Y parameter. Okay, so if you want to represent the two-port network in terms of the Y parameter, this is the equivalent diagram. Okay, so this equivalent diagram, it tells this first half. Okay, so this first half, it indicates that is the equation number 1. Okay, Y parameter equation. What is the first Y parameter equation? I1 equal to Y11 into V1 plus Y12 into V2. Okay, so this is the first equation. And similarly, the second equation is I2 equal to Y22 into V2 plus Y21 into V1. Okay, so that equation is represented by, so you see, this is the input port 1 dash, the input current is I1. Okay, so across this input port, we are connecting one admittance Y11. And here there is a one current source. This is the dependent current source. This dependent current source value is Y12 into V2. Okay, so this current I1 can be written as Y11 into V1 plus this current source Y12 into V2. Similarly, the output current I2 is written as Y22 into V2 plus Y dependent current source Y21 into V1. Okay, so this is said to be the equivalent network of the two-port network. Okay, so this is also one of the important 2-mark question. So they may ask, draw the equivalent network of two-port network in terms of Y parameter. Okay, similarly in Z parameter also this equivalent network is there. Okay, in all parameter the equivalent network diagram will be there. So that is the important 2-mark question. Okay, so this is about the Y parameter. And the next one, we are going to solve the two problem using two problem. Okay, for two networks, we are going to find the admittance matrix, that is admittance parameters. Okay, so already we solved similar to this, we solved the Z parameter. Okay, so for in the previous video, we solved for two network, we calculated the Z parameter, Z11, 12, 21 and 22. Similarly, for the given network, we are going to calculate the admittance parameter. Okay, so you see the first question. For the two-port network shown in figure, determine the admittance matrix. Okay, so which one is admittance matrix? That is the Y11, Y12 and Y21 and 22. Okay, this is called as a, this 2 by 2 matrix, it is called as a admittance matrix. Okay, so in order to find out the admittance matrix, we have to find out the 4 admittance parameter first. Okay, so you see the question. So this is our network, two-port network. So here you see, this is the input port 1 dash, this is the output port 2 dash. So first we have to consider the variable. The input voltage is V1, input current is I1. Similarly, the output voltage measured in second port is V2 and the current flowing through the second port is I2. Okay, so in order to find out the admittance parameter, so similar to the Z parameter problem, we have to write the two equation. Okay, so what is that equation? So here we have to write I1 equation and I2 equation in terms of V1 and V2. That is I1 as a function of the variable V1 and V2. Similarly, the I2 can be written as a function of V1 and V2. So in order to write the input current and output current, we have to write the KCL equation for this each node. Okay, and if you are rearranging, we can get the two equation in this structure. Okay, in Z parameter, for each loop, we are writing KVL equation. So we formed the two KVL equation in the format of V1, V2 as a function of I1 and I2. But here, in order to calculate the admittance parameter, we have to write I1 and I2 equation in terms of V1 and V2. Okay, so that's why. So first, in order to write the KCL equation, so first we have to mark the branch currents in all branches. Okay, so we see already we are taking this current entering into the input port, it is I1. Okay, and the current entering into the output port, it is I2. Okay, so this is I1, I2, and in each branch you just mark the current. Okay, so the direction is as your wish. So here this current is incoming to this node A. In node A, again the two branches are there. So let us take current flowing through this branch is I3. Okay, similarly current flowing through this branch, you take it as a I4. Similarly, when we are coming here, this is the node B. In node B, the I2 is a entering current, and here one branch is there. Let us take a current flowing through this branches I5. Okay, so you just make sure that in all branches branch current is marked or not, you just see. Okay, so in all branches we marked the current. Okay, next one, we have to find out the nodes. So in this circuit, in this network, how many nodes are there? That is except a reference node. This is the reference node. Okay, so you leave the reference node. So this is node, this is one node, you take this node as a, and this is another one node, this is the node B. Okay, so for each node we have to write KCL equation. Okay, so before that, let us take voltage at this node A is a V1, and voltage at node B, it is a V2. Since you see This node A is directly connected to the port 1 1 dash. Okay. So what is the voltage across the port 1 1 dash? V1. So voltage at node A is V1. Similarly, here you see the node B is connected in 2 2 dash. Okay. So the voltage in 2 2 dash V2 is appeared in this node B. So the voltage at node A is V1 and the voltage at node B is a V2. Okay. Then we have to write we have to apply KCL for each node. So first we are applying KCL for node A. So you see in node A, what are the three branches? This I1, I4, I3. So for this node A, I1 is a incoming current. I3 and I4 is a outgoing current. So we can write I1 equal to I3 plus I4. Okay, according to Kirchhoff's current law, the incoming current is equal to sum of outgoing current. Okay, then we have to substitute the value of I3 and I4 in terms of V1, V2. So here you see, what is the current I3? Okay, so the I3 is nothing but current flowing through this 10 ohm resistor. So, as per law, this current I3 is nothing but the starting node voltage V1 minus the ending node V2. So, V1 minus V2 divided by 10, it is a I3. Okay, so you see, I3 equal to V1 minus V2 divided by 10. Similarly, I4, which one is I4? Current flowing through this 10 ohm resistor, it is a I4. So the I4 is nothing but the starting node V1 minus this ending node. This is a reference node. So voltage at reference node is 0. So V1 minus 0 divided by 10, it is a I4. Okay. So you just substitute I3 and I4 value here. Then you just rearrange it. So V1 by 10, it's a 0.1 V1 minus V2 by 10 minus 0.1 V2. Then here 0.1 V1. Okay, so then you collect the V1 term. So here the 2 V1 term. So 0.2 V1 minus 0.1 V2. So this is the equation number 1. Okay, so you see this equation. So we formed the I1 equation. Okay, the input port current as a function of the two independent variable V1 comma V2. Okay, so in this equation, the coefficient of V1, it is said to be Y11. The coefficient of V2, it is said to be Y12. Okay. Similarly, we have to apply KCL to node B. Okay. So you see the node B, this is the node B. So for this node B, what are the branch? I3. I3 is a incoming current. I2 is a incoming current. I5 is a outgoing current. So we can write I2 plus I3 equal to I5. Okay. So you see I2 plus I3 equal to I5. We want I2 equation in terms of V1 and V2. So that's why you keep I2 as it is. Okay, in previous equation, we keep I1 as it is. We have to substitute for the remaining two current only, we have to substitute in terms of V1, V2. Okay, similarly, the second equation, we want I2 as a function of V1 and V2. So you keep I2 variable as it is. Okay, so I2 as it is. Then this I3 you give it to here. So it can be written as I5 minus I3. And what is I5? So you see the diagram. What is I5? I5 is a current flowing through this 10 ohm resistor. Okay. So I5 is nothing but voltage in starting node V2 minus 0 divided by 10. Okay. So I5 equal to, you see, V2 minus 0 divided by 10 minus of I3. What is I3? So you see I3 is a current flowing through this 10 ohm resistor. So the starting voltage V1 minus ending voltage V2 divided by 10. Okay, so you see the I3 equal to V1 minus V2 divided by 10. So you just write, so V2 by 10, 0.1 V2 minus 0.1 V1, then minus of minus plus 0.1 V2. Then here you collect V1 term. So this is the V1 term minus 0.1 V1 and you just add the 2 V2 term, it is a 0.2 V2. So I2 equal to minus 0.1 V1 plus 0.2 V2. This is the equation number 2. Okay, so you see the equation, second equation. So we got the second equation. I2 in terms of is a function of V1 and V2. Okay, so this coefficient, this minus 0.1 is nothing but H2, Y21. This 0.2 is nothing but Y22. Okay, so you just write that equation number 1 and equation number 2 as it is. So compare this equation number 1 and 2 with our standard Y parameter equation. This is our standard Y parameter equation. So if you are comparing this I1 equation with this I1, I2 equation with this I2, we can get y11 equal to 0.2, y12 equal to minus 0.1, y21 equal to minus 0.1, y22 equal to 0.2. Okay, so these are all the four admittance parameters. So this is the admittance parameter value. Okay, and if you want the Y matrix, means you can write this in matrix structure, Y11, Y12, Y21, Y22. So 0.2 minus 0.1, minus 0.1 and 0.2. So this is the Y matrix. Okay, so this is the one type of problem. Okay, so just that is, for our given network, we have to form the two equation I1, I2. Okay, input port current as a function of V1 and V2, and output port current in as a function of V1 and V2. We have to write. Okay. After that, the coefficient of V1 in first equation is Y11. Coefficient of V2 in first equation is Y12. Similarly, in second equation, the coefficient of Y1 is Y21. The coefficient of V2 is Y22. Okay, so this is our answer. Okay, then one more problem we are going to see. Determine the Y parameter of the circuit as shown in figure. This is a May 2018 question. Okay, 7-mark question. So you see the network, this is the network. So this is like in T structure and pi structure. Okay, so here 5 ohm, 5 ohm, 5 ohm. Okay, 4 5 ohm resistor are connected in this manner. So this is the port 1, 1 dash, and this is the port 2, 2 dash. Okay, so let us take voltage at the first port is V1 and the current entering into the port is I1. Similarly, voltage at port 2 is V2, current entering in the second port is I2. Okay, so this is the thing. So for this network, we are going to obtain the two equation I1 and I2 in terms of V1 and V2. Okay, so that is our aim. Okay, so here you see, you just take our network. So except this I1, I2, we have to mark the remaining branch currents. Okay, so you just take, this is node A. Okay, so this is the node. This is one node and this is one node. And this node as a reference node. Okay, so this node you take it as a, this node you take it as a B, and this center node you take it as a X. Okay, so let a voltage at node A is V1. Voltage at node B is V2. Okay, voltage at node X, you just take it as a Vx. Okay, then you mark the branch current. Let us consider current flowing in this branch is I3. Current flowing in this branch is I4. Okay, similarly current flowing in this branch is I6. Similarly current flowing in this branch is I5. Okay, so you take your own direction. Okay, so but compulsory the I1 is like this, I2 is like this. Okay, you don't change the I1 and I2 direction. Remaining current direction you have to take your wish. Okay, I1 and I2. I1 is a current entering into the input port. I2 is a current entering into the output port. Okay, so this direction you don't change. Remaining branch current direction you take your own. Okay, so in this, so there are 3 nodes. Okay, so in previous problem only 2 nodes. So we can obtain, we can write the KCL equation for the 2 node. Directly we can obtain the I1 and I2 equation in terms of V1 and V2. But here there are 3 node. Okay, so for each node we have to write KCL equation. So first we are applying KCL to node A. Okay, so you see, if you are applying KCL to node A, what is I1? I1 is the incoming current. I3 outgoing, I4 outgoing. So I1 equal to I3 plus I4. So you see I1 equal to I3 plus I4. We want I1 in terms of V1 and V2. So that's why we have to substitute the value of I3 and I4 in terms of voltages. So you see, what is I3? So the current I3 is the current flowing through this 5 ohm resistor. Okay, so according to Ohm's law, current flowing through this 5 ohm resistor is calculated by the starting node voltage V1 minus what is the ending node of this 5 ohm Vx. So V1 minus Vx divided by 5. So you see V1 minus Vx divided by 5. Similarly, what is I4? I4 is current flowing through this 5 ohm resistor. So what is the starting node V1? What is the ending node V2? So V1 minus V2 divided by 5. V1 minus V2 divided by 5. Okay. So here you see the I1 equation in terms of V1, Vx, V2. But we want V1 and V2 only. So you just first you just collect the V1 term, V2 term, Vx term as it is. So if you are collecting V1 by 5, V1 by 5, so 2 V1 by 5 minus Vx by 5 minus V2 by 5. Okay. So in this equation, we have to eliminate this Vx. Okay. So this Vx value is calculated by applying KCL to the next node, and we have to substitute back here. So you just consider this is the equation number 1. Okay, similarly, we have to apply KCL to node X. Okay, so here we have to apply KCL to node X. So for node X, I3 is a incoming current, I6 is a outgoing, I5 is a incoming. So I3 plus I5 equal to I6. I3 plus I5 equal to I6. Then we have to substitute the value of I5, I3 and I6. So you see, we can get V1 term, V2 term and Vx term. So from this equation, we have to find out the value of Vx. Okay. So Vx from that after rearranging. So you see, we are substituting. We are collecting V1 term separately, V2 term separately, Vx term separately. Okay, so in all this term 5 is common, so you just delete. Okay, you just cancel it. So V1 plus V2 equal to 3Vx. From that, Vx is equal to V1 by 3 plus V2 divided by 3. Okay, so you take it as a equation number 2. So then we have to substitute this Vx value in our equation number 1 in order to eliminate the second term. Since we want, in order to find out the y parameter, we need I1 equation as a function of only V1 and V2. We don't want Vx. Okay, so that's why we have to substitute this Vx in terms of V1, V2 in equation number 1. Okay, so that is the next step. So substitute Vx value in equation number 1. So you see, this is the equation number 1. So instead of Vx, we have to substitute the thing, and we have to collect y term and V1 term separately, V2 term separately. So you see, finally, we got I1 equal to 0.33 V1 minus 0.266 V2. So you just take it as a equation number 3. So this is the first y parameter equation. Okay. Similarly, in order to obtain the second y parameter equation, we have to apply KCL to the last node. What is the last node? B node. Okay, you see, for B node, we have to write KCL. So for this node B, I2 is a incoming current. I4 is a incoming current. I5 is a outgoing current. So I2 plus I4 equal to I5. Okay. So let us write I2 equal to I2 plus I4 equal to I5. So from that we want I2. So I2 equal to I5 minus I4. Okay, so then you substitute I5 value and I4 value. So here I5 is V2 minus Vx by 5. I4 is V1 minus V2 divided by 5. Okay, so here you just collect the term V1 separately, V2 separately, Vx separately. Okay, then you substitute the Vx value. What is Vx? So already we derived the Vx in equation number 2, V1 by 3, V2 by 3. Okay, so you substitute Vx value here. Okay, then you collect V1 term separately, V2 term separately. So you get the equation as I2 equal to, okay, this is the current I2. The current I2 equal to minus 0.266 V1 plus 0.33 V2. This is the equation number 4. Okay, so this equation number 4 and equation number 3. Okay, so you see the equation number 3, it is I1 in terms of V1, V2. And equation number 4 is a I2 in terms of V1 and V2. Okay, so let us compare that equation number 3 and equation number 4 with our standard y parameter equation. What is the y parameter equation? I1 equal to y11 V1 plus y12 into V2. I2 equal to y21 V1 plus y22 V2. If you are comparing, we can get the answer is y11 equal to 0.33, y21 equal to minus 0.266. Okay, y12 equal to minus 0.266, y22 equal to 0.333. Okay, so this is the y parameter value, and we can write the y parameter in matrix format, means this is the y matrix. Okay, so this is also a another one type of question. Okay, so in previous question there is only two node, so directly we can obtain the two equation I1 I2 in terms of V1 and V2. Okay, but in the second problem there are three nodes. Okay, so that's why the three node variable we can get. So the Vx value we have to find out by applying KCL to the center node, and we have to substitute in first equation and third equation. We can get the I1 and I2 equation in terms of V1 and V2. Okay, so this is the in this the two problem we solved using the y parameter thing. Okay, so thanks for watching my channel, and please subscribe my channel for more videos. If you want to learn the videos related with the circuit analysis, okay, so the complete playlist is available in my channel in the name of circuit analysis. So in that playlist all videos, that is the all 5-unit videos for the circuit analysis and circuit theory is available. Okay, so if you want to learn that thing, I will give link in the description box, you can refer it. Okay, so in that, so maximum I solved the last 10 year. Okay, so the previous last from 2010 to the 2019. So my maximum solved the Anna University problem topic wise. Okay, so you can use it. So thank you. We will meet in the next video with the next parameter.